Hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, whether you're watching this live, whether you're watching this later here on Kart Chaser. This is round number 7 of the Indy Karting Challenge here at K1 Circuit. So today, this morning, we've got lots of great action coming at you here from Whiteland, Indiana, just outside of Indianapolis, a track that was established in 1958 and was one of the very first purpose-built tracks for karting. This is going to be an exciting Saturday morning. Whether you're joining us here just for Saturday, you're joining tomorrow for Sunday, or you're joining both days, I'm very excited to have you along here on Kart Chaser Grassroots. My name is Brad, and we're going to be bringing you all the action here going through for this Indy Karting Challenge. Currently on track, we're kicking things off here for the morning with qualifying for 206 cadets as they go through out and around here on track, getting things going. We're running the pro layout here of Whiteland today, 17 turns, great action all the way around, up, down, all the way through. I'm excited to really see how they play out today. This is going to be fun. Really watch. Let's see how this goes here. Up front, it's White with Fox, McNeely, Laser, Hendrickson, Maxwell, Rittenhouse. 7 karts on track as they go through Daytona. Now that is a corner that, if you're unfamiliar with Daytona, it's an exciting corner to watch because, yes, it is very banked like the Daytona Tri-Oval. And I'll tell you what, it's an experience in a kart. If you haven't gotten to experience, well, you're missing out. Going to be a great Saturday action here with 206 and KAs out and about running through here in the morning. It's Cadet, Sportsman, 206 Masters, KA Juniors, 206 Lights, and the Kid Karts going through. And then in the afternoon, we'll have Micro Minis, 206 Mediums, 206 Juniors, 206 Legends, Super Masters, and the KA Senior and Masters. We are going to be ready racing here today, and what that means, if you're unfamiliar with ready racing, well, it's kind of how it sounds, I'm not going to lie. We're ready, we're racing. So we will be running through the schedule here. Just as karts come off track, we'll send karts on track, and that is going to keep the action going and flowing here today. Let's see how everything plays out. As already you can tell here with the Cadet Sportsman setup that drafting is going to be pretty interesting to watch here around the track as they go. We'll see how things play out. It's going to be pretty exciting to watch. We are running a slightly different layout today to what we will be running tomorrow as well. So tomorrow we'll have an additional turn, we'll have an additional setup, but today it is the pro layout, 16 corners, great action all the way through. Tomorrow we throw in an extra hairpin, and that is going to make things pretty challenging, I would say. And it's going to be interesting because most of the knowledge you get today, well, you can keep it into tomorrow, but there will be a little bit of tomorrow of not really knowing what is happening here. As we watch on track, all of our karts go through here in the 206 Cadet Sportsman layout. The number 12 there, Fox, currently leading out ahead down the main straight, going around, coming out towards what is actually going to be out into turn number 2, going through and continuing to run around out all the way through this beautiful circuit as they go. Not a lot of elevation change here, but again, there's a tri-oval in turn 12. There's a large bank tri-oval in turn 12, which I've already seen the notice sent out that if you go in the gravel, well, your day is done there. So don't go in the gravel through the tri-oval turn 12, and we'll hear a lot of different names for that corner throughout the day. I'm pretty excited to kind of call that corner. I'll find a good nickname to stick for it, don't worry. White there behind the number 12 of Fox. They continue along down out through the main straight. There's the start-finish line as they go, and then that is the slight left-hander for turn 1, and then the hard left-hander of turn 2 here, and then you're going to bank it down inside. Coming inside here, right-hander turn 3, brings it long around, a quick little 90-degree turn 4, and then about 150-degree left-hander turn 5, 90-degree left-hander turn 6, down into what is going to be considered 9, 10, 11 through the weekend, and then again through that wonderful banking. I don't think we'll see anyone go too high on the banking there, but you'll see a lot of karts really get fast around there through 13, up into 14, which is just a nice little sweeping right, into a 180 hairpin, into 15, into 290s, 16, and 17. And there you go. That's a lap here around as the checkered flag falls for Cadet Sportsman qualifying. And Cadet Sportsman qualifying done and dusted here. It's not just me in the booth. You don't just have to deal with Brad up here all day. So I do have Taylor with me. Taylor, good morning, friend. How are you?
Well, good morning, everyone, and good morning to you, Brad, as we are getting set. Had a little technical difficulties with getting set up this morning, but you know what? We're ready to rock, roll, and rumble here at the K1 circuit in Whiteland. And I got to say, it was great to watch a little bit of the final few laps of qualifying for our 206 cadets, and looking forward to seeing how it will play out for our 206 sportsmen as they are about to head out onto the track.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a lot of fun to really watch and see how they go through. Cadets out and about running through. A lot of good names here going through. And then let's see with sportsmen, I think this is going to be a fun one to watch here, Taylor. I'm excited for the weekend, and I was really excited, to kind of see how this round was going to go. Any big things you're going to be looking for here on Saturday or Sunday?
Well, I mean, we have a lot of things to talk about. We're closing in on the halfway point of the championship here, and as they do so, a lot of drivers are going to be hunting for those extra wins, those extra needed points, especially here in this 206 sportsman category. Wait to see as they enter out on the track, but Blake Martinez, currently your points leader in the 206 sportsman division. And also another thing to talk about is Daniel Dragunov, who has also been competing here at the K1 circuit at Whiteland. He's currently P1 in the CKNA North division as well. So we have some really strong competitors in this 206 sportsman division who call K1 home. And as they come around, we are starting to see these drivers out on the track. And there you see Blake Martinez, your points leader, out on the track, along with a couple of other favorite drivers also who are going out, including a current round winner, Danny O'Gara, who's out on the track in the 201, and Austin Taylor, who will lead the field in this qualifying session.
I think it's going to be exciting to kind of watch through this weekend and see how the karts sort of react going through and, this run as we go through this weekend. Again, slight track change between Saturday and Sunday, I think is going to be exciting to watch as they kind of gather that up here. It's not a big change between Saturday and Sunday. It's just an additional hairpin in through between turn 6 and 7. We just add that additional hairpin. I think it'll be interesting to really watch and see how that plays out. Taylor, you wouldn't think that makes a big change, but I think for drivers, even one extra corner like that can completely throw off the rhythm.
It really can. Brad, as we watch these drivers work their way through. Opening lap is going to be Danny O'Gara who leads the charge, but it's going to provide an extra passing opportunity, and that's what's so unique here about K1. It is one of the tracks that just provides so many different layouts to test the limit as they head up through the top of the Monza corner and make their way down. They're doing it the reverse style compared to what we normally see these drivers do racing here at the K1 Whiteland circuit. And as they head down towards the middle half of the section, towards the final couple of corners here in this infield section, they'll come out of the final corner, cross the line, and seeing who improves upon their lap time. Austin Taylor and Danny O'Gara switching positions as Kason Hendrickson and Blake Martinez swap out the third position.
Continue to watch them swap those positions, go back and forth, figure things out as they continue along. I don't take a lot of bank in qualifying personally, and that is maybe just a me issue. Qualifying is always something to watch, but it's never something that I expect to really set the tone. I think here, especially with this K1 circuit, a lot of what we're going to see is going to really play out in the race, and how all of these drivers and their karts can go through and get things together, get things sorted. They've got to be able to really build in the stock in the race, in the heats, in the feature, and that is where I think is really going to spell the difference for them all the way through, is what can they do to set that tone here in qualifying, get the juices flowing, get the blood flowing, and get ready for the race.
Absolutely, Bradley. And as they continue to do so, Blake Martinez picked up a couple of spots. He is the one I am excited to watch here. He's already picked up 3 wins for the season as it is. He has got the pace, and he is really showcasing it there as they head up through the Monza Bowl. Once again, a couple of more minutes left to go on the docket for these drivers in your 206 Sportsman division. And as they do so, we watch the MPG and get another look at another camera angle towards the back half of that hairpin that we'll see during the racing later on today.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun one to watch all the way through and go, as the 240 of Taylor now jumps up there on the times. Austin Taylor getting up in the top 51.407, half a second up. Or no, sorry, not half a second up on Danny O'Gara's last lap, but only 93 hundredths up on Danny O'Gara's best lap. So still seeing some good times come through, even though we've got a minute left here in qualifying. I think this is going to be one of those, again, qualifying is going to be very give and take. The times are always so close in karting, but I think especially here around a track this length, seeing those times within tenths of a second is very important here. And again, if you're sticking with us here on the Saturday run, it's going to be a great morning of runs. And then this afternoon, again, whenever we get the other half of our classes, a lot of our 206s will run this afternoon. I think it's going to be fun to kind of see the differences in the morning and the afternoon session and see how they handle things here. Taylor, qualifying here for Sportsman is out and underway, and they won't get back on track for a little bit here as they go. They won't come back out until probably about 10 o'clock or so.
Yeah, about 10 o'clock. We still have a couple more classes to go through this morning as part of the morning session for the Indy Karting Challenge here today. And as they come through, checker flag will be out. Austin Taylor driving for the MPG Kart Republic Group. He is going to lead that charge there right behind as they come up to the start-finish line. Can he hold on to the pole position? And as they do so, checkered flag is out, and across the start-finish line they will go. I think everyone's going to be coming in here. And Danny O'Gara will hold on and be the new pole sitter for today's action here. O'Gara, Blake Martinez, and Austin Taylor, your top 3.
Great run from all of the 206 Sportsmen here to go through, and Danny O'Gara stealing it right there at the end. Great run from him there, getting things up in this 206 Sportsman, the 8 to 12-year-old class as they go through. Next one's out here on the day will be KA Junior, the 12 to 15-year-olds. Now, this is a competitive class. This is one of those classes that we talk about, times where the gloves come off and, elbows are out and there's hard racing all the way through. And one of the classes you see that, and it's regardless of whether you're down in the grassroots or you're all the way at the national competition, regardless of what you're looking at, what you're doing here, Taylor, it's KA Junior. These drivers are ready to have some fun and swing for the fences and really race hard.
Absolutely. KA Junior, a staple when it comes to karting here in North America. The KA category, we've seen a lot of some of the biggest names in motorsports make their starts in these KA categories, and we will see them do so, but later on today. But now up on the docket is the 206 Masters that are heading out onto the track, because I see your points leader in the 206 Masters, Evan McQuirkadale, out there on the circuit, as he will lead the charge and get set for racing.
Yeah, 206 Masters here out and about as they get ready to go through. I think I'm jumping ahead of myself on the schedule. I get so excited sometimes as they go through 206 Masters. This is a great run to watch as well and see how they go through. 206 Masters, a very wise class as they go through 35 and up, 375-pound carts. I mean, when you hit this point, you tend to see these drivers specifically. They're very wise in how they approach the circuit, and it's always interesting to me to watch how they run the circuit versus the cadet and sportsmen's, because you tend to see some big differences, Taylor, in how they run it and sort of what their approaches are.
Absolutely. And one of those drivers who knows how to get around this circuit is Evan McCorkadale. We'll see him competing in multiple classes here today, but right now he's going to make his first run out there in the 206 Masters division. And as he does so in the 191 machine, currently P5 at the moment on the timing charts, he's got a little bit of competition in the championship with Troy Toney and Derek Hastings, some of the other competitors who have won races in the 206 Masters division in 2025. As McCorkadale leads the charge coming through these corners here, sets himself up for a great run towards the back straightaway, heading over into the Monza corner. A little bit of a kink right there as they climb the banking. This is one of my favorite parts right here at the K1 circuit in Whiteland, is that steep banking that these drivers just like to sling around this circuit. It's absolutely amazing and incredible, but you have to be precise. Otherwise, you will not get the speed you need off corner exit.
Yeah, you can hit that corner and just, I mean, almost not treat it like a corner with the banking, just a little bit of a wheel input there and just send it through. If you're really brave, I'm sure you could go for a pass. You could try something if you really wanted to, but I think that's going to be one of those that it's either going to make someone's race or it's going to hurt someone's race. It'll be interesting to see Monza corner, Daytona. I kind of like the name Salad Bowl a little bit with the way it looks.
Yeah, the Salad Bowl is a good one too.
Nicknames. We'll figure out some good nicknames for the weekend. We'll see what flows as the day goes. So it's just 9 o'clock in the morning. We got time to come up with nicknames as we go through. And again, just watching. I think the interesting part for me too is when they send it off the corner there, right? Like they send it so hard out of that banked corner to immediately hit 180-degree left. So you carry all that speed, and if you set that up right, I mean, you could make an interesting pass into turn 13 there, the 180 left immediately after. If you're just a little brave and a little, I don't want to say a little crazy, but a lot brave and a little bit of skill, you can make an interesting pass out of that corner.
Well, let's be honest. When you have to be in kart racing, when you're only inches off the ground where you're sitting, you got to be crazy to do this kind of stuff that they do. And it's absolutely incredible the skills that these drivers have each and every day, from our smallest classes as the kid karts that will be out on the track later today to our Masters divisions here as they work their way through that tight hairpin. Normally we would see that as turn 1 for some cases in the season. But so far, it's going to be one of the final few corners that these drivers have to negotiate through the S's. They will go out of the final corner to set up a minute 20 left on the clock as they come across the start-finish line. And as they do so, Derek Hastings sets fast lap with a 50.97. McCorkadale currently sits P3, Troy Toney. So your top 3 competitors who are looking to try to take the championship here are running 1, 2, 3.
Well, and look at how quick the times flip here going through. William McLaughlin dropping down to P7 quickly, with J. Ryan Williams dropping down to 5th just in the matter of 1 lap. That's how quick times can flip. Now, we are on the 4th lap of this circuit here for these karts. They've got 1 good lap left in them likely, so you've got to make the times count. And the big thing too is, remember, you got to make the tires count as well. These tires are going to have kind of a timestamp life on them, so you can only go so far on the set of tires before you start to see a little bit of fall off come through. And I don't think the best has left here as karts cross the line here. A couple of times come in, nobody improves that time through for their 5th lap. Everybody will have about 20 seconds left on the circuit, so likely this lap is the money lap. This is the one that needs to count here as they come down through the left-hander, around, up, and across into the 90-degree left. Now let's head towards this little kink in the circuit down into the banking. There is a little bit of a chicane here, a little bit of a left to a right. It's kind of a lazy left to the right, but it's a left to the right nonetheless. And now through the banking, hard on the throttle, and then 180, slide it through. You can see that darker section of tarmac there that's going to let the karts really grip up in to that 180 left. But how brave do you want to be into that 180 left? How much do you want to slow down, or how much do you want to trust that your tires have grip? Across the line here, double checkers going, and it is going to be up to the top. Derek Hastings with Troy Toney up in second, J. Brian Williams, Evan McCorkindale finds fourth, and Matt Geist in fifth.
Yeah, great run for them. J. Brian Williams, of course, has leading your championship in the 206 Legends category. He's already collected 5 wins for the season. And William McLaughlin, who we touched on, he is leading the championship in your 206 Supermasters division with 3 wins to his name this season. So great to see him moving up into the 206 Masters division, and looking forward to our KA Junior category that's about to head out onto the track and ready to go racing here. Lucien Lazier, your points leader in the KA Junior category with 2 wins to his name. And this one here, though, Bradley, for what you've been able to catch up this season, we've had multiple different winners, a total of at least 5 different winners this season, with the only Lucien being the only.
When you're in a position like that, and you can say, hey, going into the back half of the season here, round 7, and you've gotten into such a good point, it's impressive. It's very impressive here as we now release the Hornet's Nest, as I'm going to call it, out onto the track of KA Junior to get their qualifying underway. And still more karts coming out here, and you can see it kind of kicks them out there through turn 14, 13, 14 area, and then they come around down onto the main stretch. Start finish line is past right there at the pit house, I'll call it, down in. That is where the start finish line actually is. So KA Juniors out and about. Plenty of names to be found here. Plenty of fast karts to be found. But how do you navigate this track? What have you learned throughout the previous 6 rounds that you can bring here into round 7 that is really going to capitalize? That is the $1 million question here, as we are very quickly underway and they waste no time getting up to speed.
Absolutely. We have pretty much every single former race winner here racing, with the exclusion of AJ Stoner. So we have 4 of our 5 by the looks of it. And as they do so here, leading the charge is that pink machine, the 861 of Evan Patton. As they come across the line, he will set fast time, and we're already breaking the 47 brackets. We could see 46-second laps around this circuit in our KA category as they snake their way through, right behind Ryan Mort, who we saw pick up a win earlier this year in the RPG, or the MPG Kart Republic, as they lead this group of drivers, and a couple of stragglers further back in the top kart machines.
Top 3 separated by 6/1000ths of a second. 6/1000ths of a second is the pace of the top 3 separated. So that is impressive on a lap 1 out lap to send it through, because I would say lap 1, you don't really count it there because it is such an out lap going through. Let's see, times 46 flat, 45.9 for Andrew Avalos going through. That is an impressive time. Evan Patton holds on to second place, 45.929. Mason Gallion even faster now by 12/1000ths of a second, is able to take over pace on Andrew Avalos. And Mason is one of those stragglers a little bit further back. So he's not all the way in the back, but he's got a friend just a little bit there behind with him. But he is just now going to be coming through the chicane before that salad bowl corner. There he is there, and you saw him just off the back of your screen. But these front 3, not actually the fastest on track right now.
No, and it's not the case in all. And as we watch your pole sitter, he's actually breaking away from his 2 drafting buddies as they switch over to a different times. Andrew Avalos goes back to the top of the leaderboard with a 45.7 now. And Avalos will still hold on. Mason could not really improve on that. He lost that draft. He is by himself. He's starting to close up on Lucien Lazier right there up ahead of him. So he might be able to get a good run with the help of the toe that being pulled, especially down this back straightaway as they head over to the bus stop pretty much before climbing the banking of Salad Bowl.
Let's see, as they come through and around here, up on the final couple of corners here, send it through, be brave, and 2 crazy here in qualifying. Really, it's all about find the time, try to be faster than the kart in front. 45.712. Ryan Mort is now up the 812, up by half a tenth as we go even faster. Mason Galion again 45.543, finding even more time in that number 64 kart. I don't know what he's done, but very clearly he dropped the lead weight there a little bit early as we see some kart swapping position, saying, hey, you lead me along. I don't want to be the leader here. You lead me forward. I'm not in the mood to be in front, and seeing how they can play things out. And I think it's a personal preference. Do you want to be the kart ahead or behind? Very clearly, you can see sometimes it's better to be the kart ahead.
I always would prefer to be that second car because you're able to get that nice pull of the draft. You're out of the air, not as much as compared to the driver up ahead of you with a minute to go left on the clock. And that's what really helped out Mason to get those flying lap times here. And as he's starting to now catch back up, when you have that little bit of a couple of car lengths gap away from the driver ahead of you, you're really able to still run your race, but get that nice toe down the back straight. As when you're on top of them, it's a little bit more difficult because then you have to try to anticipate when that driver will brake, where he will turn and set himself up for the corner when you're all over that back bumper. In racing, it's a whole different story. You want to be, but in qualifying, it messes up your momentum and messes up your line. You have to be careful with how they set that up.
It's always interesting to me to kind of see the different mindsets of all of these drivers as they go through. Ryan Moore, Andrew Avalos, never mind. Ryan Moore for all of a millisecond was on top of the timing tables, and then Andrew came through the 45-1. We're close to 45 zeros as the checkered flag flies here in KA Junior. What has been a competitive class, lapping this extremely quick start, getting 45 seconds here. And let's see final times coming through. Does anyone have anything in the bank left to give? I'm going to argue no. They've gotten 6 laps in. I would say that they probably don't have anything to be any faster. Checkered flags are flying. Looks like a couple of karts to finish up their final laps here. But Andrew Avalos, 45.158, up by a quarter of a second over Ryan Mort in the end. He crosses the line. Evan Patton will cross 4th. Mason Galion in P3. Jordan Lepin in P5. And Lucian Laser in P7 down the timing tables. We'll see if that sticks in race conditions.
Next up on the docket is your 206 senior light category. And currently right now it is Braden Heber who is your points leader with 4 wins to his name this championship season. Levi Wilbur, the other competitor who's been competing in this category, with 2 wins. A couple of cool things with Braden Heber going on right now. He is currently P3 in the CKNA North Championship. He has pretty much finished inside the top 5 every single event that he started in the CKNA North Division in the 206 Light. And I got to say, it is absolutely incredible drive of what he's been able to do this championship in both here and CKNA.
Absolutely. It's been great to see here as the gates open and we send them out here on track. Going through these 206 lights are going to have a lot of fun. I'm interested to see what lap times they put in compared to our KA juniors where they come through, and let's see what times come through as everybody will get things going and running. Let's see who all we have out here as they go. And it looks like I see several names that I'm familiar with and a lot of karts here on track as they go. I see 11 karts have currently crossed that start-finish line to start queuing up times here on the time as they come through and around. And, this is one of those, again, you watch the karts and kind of see how things are going to queue up, how everyone's going to be feeling. Let's see as they come through the bus stop and as they hit Daytona for the first time, you can tell very much so everyone's locked in, everyone's ready to go. Head down, send it through that 180 hairpin, and just get ready to go. Let's see what first times are as they come through.
Pretty much see who has opening lap speed here, as there you see Braden Heber in that number 8 machine, Levi Wilbur in the 506, and across the line it will be Braden Heber who sets opening lap fast time, but we know for a fact those times will continue to drop as they work their way around the circuit. Maxwell sits P3. Colton Kelly and Gage Justiano rounding out your top 5 in this qualifying session here and the early moments of this race, or qualifying session, I should say, heading down the back straightaway before they hit the bus stop. And so far, really good pace. Heber starting to drop back just a little bit, seeing if he can maybe get a good toe on the straightaways here as he slides it in the first hair, or this last hairpin, before making his way in through the infield section.
Sending it around here through the final couple of corners. We'll see if times increase at all as they go through and continue along across the line. Wilbur will come up to the top. Levi Wilbur will find a 50.270. Colton Kelly will then improve to a 50.3. So times continuing to come down here as lap 2 comes in. Lap 2, of course, going to be faster than lap 1 once they get things sighted in. And again, I think lap 4 is typically going to be the fastest as they go through. So let's see who can challenge Levi Wilbur. That 506, the front cart on your screen right now, leading through, which is interesting because Levi is leading with nobody really to draft ahead of him, of course, but, you know, kind of leaving that gap behind, which is so interesting to see coming along here through the infield section. He goes where he stops. Well, he's going to stop here in about 2.5 minutes. I'll tell you that as he comes through around final corners. And let's see how times improved this time. Did anyone find more time? Levi Wilbur again improves to a 49.944. Braden Heber 49.990. Nobody else has cracked the 49s yet, but we have 2 carts in the 49 seconds.
Everyone picking up lap times here, and the entire top 7 separated by just about 7, almost 0.8 of a second, showing you how close the competition is going to be in and amongst this top 10 of drivers as they make their way up through the salad bowl, heading down into the hairpin. Great drive here as Heber really able to kick up that speed that he needs, following the driver of none other than Levi Wilbur, as well as Braden Heber trying to keep up with the pace. The 41 machine of Adam Maxwell kind of seems to be just giving him enough room to where Heber can get the pace that he needs, but just not enough now where he's starting to fall off just a little bit, as Levi Wilbur really kicked in the afterburners and found that extra pace with a 49.762.
Amazing time there to find a 49.7. Very, very quick here going through in these 206 senior lights as they come through. I'm curious to see here as Heber is now the one on the back of the 506. Does he have a little bit more time to give here as they're coming through? Let's see if Heber can close in that gap a bit more coming through the final couple of corners. 506 actually is dropped behind there, so it's Maxwell ahead, I believe, as they come through. We'll spot the number plates here in just a moment as they come around. It's the 41 leading the 8, leading the 506 as they cross the line this time by. And it is going to be just as it was. Nobody able to improve times that time. I lied. Colton Kelly managing to prove me wrong in many ways here. And Colton Kelly pulling out a 49.955 on the 5th time around this circuit here at Whiteland Raceway Park. That is impressive.
And the thing is, he is doing it with really no drafting help whatsoever. I mean, he is several kart lengths behind the drivers here you see on screen, and a couple of kart lengths ahead of the number 11 of Colin Harden, who's behind him. And it looks like actually Colin might have caught back up to the back bumper of that driver of Colton Kelly as they make their way through the infield section out of the final corner across the start-finish line. Checkered flag in the air. Does anyone improve? No one in that first group as they cross the line, and it will be Levi Wilbur, your pole sitter, with Colton Kelly, Braden Heber, your top 3. Adam Maxwell and Andrew Petrie moves up to P5. Zachary Allen picking up a couple of spots as well, as that will conclude your action here in qualifying. I gotta say, we need to enjoy this few moments, right? Bradley, let's take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll have more qualifying sessions here for today's action of the Indy Karting Challenge live from the K1 circuit at Whiteland.
Brandon, why are there all these charges for just over $200? I'm tired of all this branding business, okay? Branding this, branding that. Why are there all these expenses on AKR over $200? We know, okay? Take a walk with me. At Shop AKR, they have everything you need to start racing at a very cheap and affordable price. They have MXC rims, they got chains, electrical stands, tilt seats, they got MXCs. And if you didn't know, on top of that, any purchase in the continental US over $200, that's free shipping.
Hey, aren't you supposed to be in the AKR Anonymous meeting over there?
Dude, I'm doing a commercial.
Dude, we have no time. It's about to start.
Stop. We all love Shop AKR. Me? More than others. What do I get at Shop AKR?
DPK Americas is bridging the gap between the US and the two-time world champion DPK Alonso Kart factory team in Europe.
In partnership with Team Binnick, they offer drivers a complete career path from the Americas to Europe that allows them to continue their driver development on both sides of the world, all underneath the DPK umbrella.
For more information, contact DPK Americas at max@drivensm.com to take the next step in your driver development journey today.
Are you ready to get behind the wheel? From Formula One to NASCAR and IndyCar, all the pros start here. For more information, check us out online at mcckarting.com or call us and go racing today.
Hey, what's up, Caleb?
What's up, Brandon?
You sound defeated. A long day at the office?
Yeah, got stuck at a cat food marketing meeting for like 3 hours. I don't know a thing about cat food, and I don't even work in marketing. And then I got sent on a coffee run like I was some sort of intern. Then at the end of the day, when I want to go get gas, I just realized everything is so darn expensive nowadays, man.
Yeah, you got that right.
Like, do you have any idea how much we're spending on Netflix?
That's like $20 a month.
Do you know how much we're spending on cable?
That's like $50 a month.
But you know what isn't expensive?
Tell me.
Kart Chaser Premium. For only $9.99 a month, you can watch all the American karting action live from coast to coast. Subscribe and become a member today.
The K1 Circuit Semi-Pro League. This is a competitive race series with two classes. Junior Series for those who are under the age of 18, and the Senior Series for those who are 18 or older. If you think you have what it takes, come out and prove your skills on League Night. Both schedules are live on the K1 Circuit website. Your Kart Chaser live feed will resume shortly.
race.
Come on, man.
This is Henry. Henry feels sad. Henry feels sad because it's time for his next big race and his go-kart is in bits. Henry doesn't know that Acceleration Kart Racing is the United States' #1 shop for all of your karting equipment needs. Henry also doesn't know that Acceleration Kart Racing can deliver anything from tires to race suits and even wheels directly to your front door or to the racetrack itself quickly and efficiently, with tech support available 6 days a week. Poor Henry doesn't even know that Acceleration Kart Racing offers free shipping to mainland USA on selected product if you spend $200 or more. Do yourself a favor. Go to accelerationkarting.com and make sure that you are never left stuck on the pre-grid with Henry. Be smart and don't be like Henry.
All the way up to the finish line. Who is it going to be? It's Sean Perez, who wins in Crescent.
Ty Fisher wins $1,000 in KA100 Junior.
Alex Stanfield played it perfectly here, told him to wait. Stanfield wins the Duffy in 2024 for TV Karts.
Amarillo Kart Complex is now the official distributor for TV Kart in the continental U.S. Become a dealer today.
Hey, what's up, Caleb?
What's up, Brandon?
You sound defeated. A long day at the office?
Yeah, got stuck at a cat food marketing meeting for like 3 hours. I don't know a thing about cat food, and I don't even work in marketing. And then I got sent on a coffee run like I was some sort of intern. Then at the end of the day, when I went to go get gas, I just realized everything is so darn expensive nowadays, man.
Yeah, you got that right.
Like, do you have any idea how much we're spending on Netflix?
That's like $20 a month.
Do you know how much we're spending on cable?
That's like $50 a month.
But you know what isn't expensive?
Tell me.
Kart Chaser Premium. For only $9.99 a month, you can watch all the American karting action live from coast to coast. Subscribe and become a member today.
Paulie Massimino wins in KA. Paulie Massimino is a winner in OKN Stars.
Take your driving to the next level with one-on-one coaching from more OKN Stars champion, Paulie Massimino. Kart rental options are available if you'd like to keep yours at home, and drivers in all classes are welcome, from Briggs 206 to Mini to KA100 and X30. With in-depth data analysis, onboard video footage review, and lead follow on-track sessions, each private coaching session will see you end as a more complete driver than when you started. Book your coaching session now.
The K1 Circuit Semi-Pro League. This is a competitive race series with 2 classes. Junior Series for those who are under the age of 18, and the Senior Series for those who are 18 or older. If you think you have what it takes, come out and prove your skills on League Night. Both schedules are live on the K1 Circuit website. Your Kart Chaser live feed will resume shortly.
Brandon, why are there all these charges for just over $200?
I'm tired of all this branding business, okay? Branding this, branding that. Why are there all these expenses on AKR over $200? We know, okay? Take a walk with me. At Shop AKR, they have everything you need to start racing at a very cheap and affordable price. They have MXC rims, they got chains, electrical stands, tilt seats, they got MXCs. And if you didn't know, on top of that, any purchase in the continental US over $200, that's free shipping.
Hey, aren't you supposed to be in the AKR Anonymous meeting over there?
Dude, I'm doing a commercial.
Dude, we have no time. It's about to start.
Stop. We all love Shop AKR. Me? More than others. What do I get at Shop AKR?
MXC rims.
Kyle,
what are you doing?
It's got my new Greyhound seat.
You don't even have a cart.
Doesn't matter. I have a Greyhound.
Who the f is Kyle Cuthbertson? Doesn't even have a go-kart.
Doesn't matter.
Cuthbertson through on Turney. Turney in the dirt.
K1 Circuit, the world's greatest outdoor karting facility, is now open. Open karting and rental session schedules are available online. Rentals will resume today after the race event at 5 p.m. Thanks to Kart Chaser for live streaming the event at K1 Circuit, your coverage will resume shortly.
DPK Americas is bridging the gap between the U.S. and the two-time world champion DPK Alonso Kart factory team in Europe.
In partnership with Team Binnick, they offer drivers a complete career path from the Americas to Europe that allows them to continue their driver development on both sides of the world, all underneath the DPK umbrella.
For more information, contact DPK Americas at max@drivensm.com to take the next step in your driver development journey today.
Are you ready to get behind the wheel? From Formula One to NASCAR and IndyCar, all the pros start here. For more information, check us out online at mcckarting.com or call us and go racing today.
Hey, what's up, Caleb?
What's up, Brandon?
You sound defeated. Long day at the office?
Yeah, got stuck at a cat food marketing meeting for like 3 hours. I don't know a thing about cat food, and I don't even work in marketing. And then I got sent on a coffee run like I was some sort of intern. Then at the end of the day, when I went to go get gas, I just realized everything is so darn expensive nowadays, man.
Yeah, you got that right.
Like, do you have any idea how much we're spending on Netflix?
That's like $20 a month.
Do you know how much we're spending on cable?
That's like $50 a month.
But you know what isn't expensive?
Tell me.
Kart Chaser Premium. For only $9.99 a month, you can watch all the American karting action live. from coast to coast. Subscribe and become a member today.
The K1 Circuit Semi-Pro League. This is a competitive race series with two classes. Junior Series for those who are under the age of 18, and the Senior Series for those who are 18 or older. If you think you have what it takes, come out and prove your skills on League Night. Both schedules are live on the K1 Circuit website. Your Kart Chaser live feed will resume shortly.
Well, with that, it is time to get set to go racing action here as we get set for your 206 Cadet Heat race for this morning. My name is Taylor Burris. Alongside me is Bradley Dalton as we are here live on Kart Chaser for the Indy Karting Challenge at the K1 circuit in Whiteland. Bradley, we had a really nice qualifying session, real smooth, couple of surprises as they worked their way through with some of the strategy calls that they made. But now it's time to pretty much put your money where your mouth is and see how well you race amongst everyone else as we get set to go racing for heats.
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. I'm excited to see how the heats play out here. Again, you know, qualifying is one of those things that you can put on the show in qualifying and really, you know, kind of prove your worth. But if you can't back it up in the heats and in the final, it doesn't matter that much at all. It's going to be interesting to see who does what here.
Absolutely. We'll give it a couple of seconds for timing and scoring to catch up, but let's give you your starting lineup for today's action here at the 206 Cadet Heat race number 1. On the front row, it is going to be Grayson Wyatt and James Fox who are leading the charge here today, followed by Patrick McNeely and Kyler Hendrickson. Bo Lazier will start P5, Diesel Maxwell P6, and Grace Geis rounds out riding shotgun in the field. She'll start in 7th position here today. Of course, during the qualifying session, of course, we have to talk about James Fox, one of those drivers who is always a fan favorite here in the 206 Cadets. Currently your points leader with 3 wins this season. Of course, Patrick McNeely, Grayson Wyatt, and Bo Lazier are some of the other drivers who have collected wins in this championship this season as they make their way through the S's to get started for racing action here today. There you see the driver of James Fox in the top cart with his teammate Patrick McNeely in the other top cart heading into the start zone. Green flag set to go in the air. Do we get it? We are green here as nope, we are going to get a slowdown. Not confirmed, not going to release them, and we are green flag as they head down into turn number 1 already. Fox and Wyatt chalking for position as it's a 4-cart battle for the race lead.
Yeah, great battles there up front. I wasn't sure we were going to get the green flag there. They were being told to slow down, holding it till the last possible second. Somebody spinning around there early in turn 1, but everybody able to get their way back through as we already see one large breakout up front going through, and that is the number 5 of Wyatt, who has just decided to run away from the field. Unfortunately, that won't last very long because the draft is going to be strong here around this Whiteland circuit, and we'll see here how strong it truly is, how quickly it closes in here in 206 Cadet coming through the final couple of corners to end lap 1 here. It's a 5-minute run that they get here around for this heat. 5 minutes plus 2 laps for them to run, and at the moment it is Wyatt well up in the front.
Grayson Wyatt deciding to play the rabbit in this competition here as he is trying to check out as he has to deal with the hungry hounds of his competitors in the championship of McNeely, Laser, and Fox, who are trying to hunt him down as they work their way through the battle for second. McNeely currently holds that second spot, but here comes a big run by James Fox as he tries to look to the inside as they head towards the bus stop chicane. Makes their way through up towards the salad bowl here, climbing the banking, dips back down before they head to the hairpin here before entering into the infield section of the circuit. Tries to cross him over, does a great job. He will try the outside lane as they head through the infield, crosses back to the inside, pushes McNeely out of the way. This could open up the door for Bo Lazier to try to close up, but not going to work. We see now Fox moving up to P2. Wyatt still 2.1 seconds ahead of these three drivers battling.
Wyatt has absolutely checked out here. When you get a 2-second gap 2 laps into a race, you know you're in a great position here going through, and Grayson's going to be feeling very confident at this point and just head down going. These three, though, they need to either decide to work together or they are going to continue to lose time here, and the more they battle, the more that time opens up. So it's not surprising me right now to see that 2 seconds continuing to spread through as they go around. Let's see what sort of time can be found here going through. Again, no moves at the moment. Nobody's close enough to really make a move here in this mid-pack, second, third, fourth place. As we see, they will continue to shape up. Fox wants to break away a little bit there in second. That number 12 plated go-kart trying to find a little bit of time. So it's McNeely and Lazier that are really going to be the big battle here at the moment. Are there any passes into turn 2? Certainly looking for it. Will it be deep on the brakes? It will. Down the inside, trying to make it stick. Outside turns to inside. Inside turns to outside. It'll switch it back up, and they hold position for the moment.
Yeah, great battle between McNeely and Laser right here as they battle for the third spot up towards that final corner before they head down the long back straightaway before the bus stop chicane. Big toe coming from Laser as they enter into the bus stop. Can't quite make anything work. He's too far back to try to send it into the hairpin as they work their way down to the bottom of the racetrack here. So far, not going to work for him as he tries to cross him over a little bit. Couldn't make it work, though, as Laser does everything he can in that 08 machine. Good crossover attempt right there. He'll try again on the bottom. Can't quite make it work as we watch. Here comes James Fox setting fast lap, 2/10 faster. He is now only 2 seconds behind your race leader.
Yeah, but only 2 seconds back, but with just a minute and a half plus 2 laps to go. Is that enough time to really gain things out? Or have we seen Grayson Wyatt has used the best of those tires in that kart? Has Grayson kind of pulled the move too early, ran away too early, and now it's just not going to be settled? And we'll see how it plays out here, but I worry that 2 seconds is a little bit too much time to find here as Bo Laser is going to try to make like a laser and pinpoint accuracy, looking for a move again in that 08 plated kart against the 538. McNeely there looking inside, looking outside, and trying to hold on, and is going to give up the move to the inside there, and McNeely not able to fight it back. So now Bo Laser has managed to find the third place here in 206 Cadets.
Beautiful pass right there by Bo Laser as they work their way through, and here they come into the hairpin there as they make over towards the triple apex of this corner right here. Great drive for them. No changes up towards the back half of the field between Maxwell, Hendrickson, or Geis. Those three are kind of just out there just gaining experience, getting themselves ready to learn what they can for this track. As we pick up the top 2 of Grayson Wyatt, we are closing in to get the 2 to go signal this time by for your race leader, Grayson Wyatt, in the top kart as he enters through the infield section of the course. 2 to go signal will be out as Bo Lazier is having more issues as he is under immense pressure from McNeely. Popsicle sticks in the air. 2 laps to go for your leaders.
Yeah, and as they come through here, 2 laps to go, you can see the leader of Wyatt just going through. And it's always interesting to me to kind of see how 206 Cadets goes, because this is our youngest class, 7 to 10-year-olds on the track here. And think about that. I mean,